Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the second part. You will relearn these principles. And which subject are we going to talk about today? Trauma. The second step to relearn in your life, healing your traumas. And no matter how many people they will be like, you gotta do therapy, you gotta go through therapy. These people are right. Because only therapy would help you to go on the next step. Why we have to talk about therapy? Because there's so many people that are avoiding therapy, that they think, okay, let me just do yoga, let me just play a sport, let me just do what I want. But the problem is like, even though you're doing something that would help you to feel better, it's not going to heal you inside. It's not going to heal one of the most deeper rooted trauma. You can't do something that it's here and it helps you to do just to help you to feel like this so you can feel like this. You gotta do one therapy that goes really down, that goes inside in your inner body, like let's just say inner body, your inner self, something that goes, that happened in your life, that no matter what you're doing, you're manifesting these bad things, that you're always get scared for something even though that it has been happened 5 years ago, 7 years ago, that you're still scared for something that wouldn't even happen anymore because you're not facing this problem anymore. If you're just trying something to feel better and to be like, okay, I don't need to do therapy because I got this and I got this, you will never heal. You will never heal. Because if you want to heal, we gotta go to the root cause. And what's the root cause? What has triggered? What has happened in the past that you are acting in a certain way? And this thing gotta be healed. Let's say you have been beaten by your parents. They have been using cables, they have been using fire on you. And even though you don't even live with your parents since 20 years, 30 years, you will still get this fear that you are going to be burnt again. You're going to be beaten again. And all the time when I'm talking about this, even just one person coming next to you and this person wants to give you a hug, you're protecting yourself because you are scared that this person is going to beat you. And I know therapy is not easy. Therapy is very hard. You gotta relieve all of the bad things that has happened. You gotta rethink everything that you need to remind and tell to the therapist, this happened and this happened. You gotta go always on therapy. You're like, I don't even want to go to therapy. Every time when you have finished your therapy, you feel kind of like bad. Sometimes you're always questioning yourself, saying like, am I going even to heal in my life or not? But to be honest, we gotta go through that phase so we can heal and have a better life. And it's also true, therapy is expensive. Therapy can be extremely expensive, especially like if you want to get a licensed therapist, that you gotta work on a specific thing that has happened. And many people would go and talk with their friends. Your friends are not therapists. All of your friends haven't been through the same thing as you have been. And also your friends are human. If they are just there just to talk about problems, and just to try to heal yourself and use your friends as therapists, this is a bad thing, guys. You're just going to lose this friendship. Just don't go to someone every time to go and talk to him as if this person was your therapist. If you want to heal, you gotta go to a therapist. Because also your friend, if he's not feeling well, he's not going to help you. And most of the time, he doesn't even know how he gotta help you. And you'll be like, which type of therapist I gotta go and see, that I have to consult myself? Most of the people would just go to a normal psychologist. A normal psychologist is just good if you want to talk about problems. But if you want to heal the most rooted, very like harsh traumas, you gotta see a licensed therapist. You gotta see an EMDR. You gotta see a hypnotherapist. You gotta see. There's so many types of therapists. I don't even remember. Like all I know is EMDR and hypnotherapist because that's all I done. But you got so many types of therapists, you know, guys. And one thing, guys, One thing that is very important, you gotta be sure that your therapist is licensed. Don't go just to a random therapist thinking that he's going to help you to get better. No, because some therapists can make you even feel worse. Some therapist is not going to reorganize all of the traumas. He's going to deorganize even worse the problem, the trauma that you had. And instead of healing, you are just going to get worse, and you're going to be scared for everything, and you'll be like, I don't even want to go to therapy anymore. And to be honest, be careful, because there's so many people that want to scam people for money, because many people know when you're a therapist you earn a lot of money. But if you want to have a good therapist, try as many therapists as possible and see which one is good for you, and especially that this person is going to help you to get better. Many people would use yeah, let me just forget the problem. Forgetting is not going to help you guys. Oh, I'm not very good in terms of drawing. I gotta also invert the video so you can see what it's written, and you will see me in the worst. You will see me very ugly. It's very unusual for me, but it doesn't matter. Let's share the message. Here, you might have seen this in TikTok everywhere, but it's very true. So, we got water here, and we got the trauma. So, when you got the trauma and you're trying to forget your trauma, you're trying to forget hiding your trauma, you are pushing the trauma inside of the water. This is, it got air inside, the balloon got air, okay? I'm very bad in physics as well, science. I'm not a intelligent person, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? Here we got the water, but you have been pushing so much to hide your trauma, thinking that it's going to help you, that you're going to feel better, no one will feel that you have problems. But the problem is, like, the more that you hide, the more that you are ignoring your trauma, saying like, no, it has never happened, that you're trying to change your reality. It's not going to help you. It's going to get worse. The trauma will, at the end, just show up and hurt even more, because the trauma wants to be heard. The trauma wants to be heard, to be healed. And you got it here outside. I will try to publish this. And so, the more that you hide your trauma, the worse you will feel, because you will start to act in a certain way. You'll be like, okay, I start acting in a weird way. Let me just try to act in another way so no one can see the trauma. But the more that you will do it in the new way, it's going to be worse, because you're just trying to get too much attention. In the case if you never got attention to anyone. And the importance of healing your trauma is because your trauma wants to be healed. And when you want to heal it, you gotta go to therapy. And I know therapy is hard, it drains you, but it's just for your own good. And also, just also talk about the fact that trauma manifests in your body. Trauma manifests in your body, because if there is something that scares you, you will feel it. If something is not correct on your body, you are not going to sleep correctly at the same time. And if you want to glow up, guys, you gotta sleep correctly. You gotta sleep to rest, because when we sleep, we need to rest. We are detoxifying our liver. We're just like detoxifying everything. We're sleeping so we have more energy, and there's so many things. And what I also want to say is, if you never ever heal your traumas, you are going to share your traumas to your next generation. Hériter trauma, generational trauma, is that your children will have the same trauma, and their children would be the same, and their children that it would be the same. And it's just going to be generational, generation after generation after generation after generation. Your whole descendants will never be healthy again. So it's important that you start healing yourself, because let's say you have been abused, you'll be the abuser. You have been insulted, you'll be the insulter. If something happened to you, you will start doing the same. So, what you gotta do, the second step, heal your traumas, because the most that we are trying for ourselves, the most that we are investing in our mental health, the better that we get. We can start to have better friends, um better life, better health, and so many things. And guys, I know that it's very hard, and don't be stressed. Everything would be alright. It's okay to worry. It's completely okay if you do not have money. Just save money for that. Even though you go once per month at the therapy, is already better than nothing. If you just go somewhere, you're trying your best, even though it's not perfect, even though the you gotta put so much work, it's just for your own good. And this was Bessie Robelyn. I wish you the best, and God bless you. Bye.